Welcome to Contemplative Living, where we view contemplations for the week to have a better understanding of our spiritual paths. This is Contemplative Living with Dave Bennett, Contemplations and Reflective Meditations. Hey, welcome to another Contemplative Living, where we talk about concepts to bring contemplative living into our daily lives. You know, I saw this yesterday, and I've seen it before, but it reminds me of what I'd like to talk about today. And it says, "As the sun shines upon my heart, so may my heart shine upon others." And that's from the Upanishads. So, know there is a divine consciousness. We embrace, value, and align with the angelic qualities that are oneness. So today I kind of want to talk about helping ourselves connect with that divine consciousness, but more sharing it in our life. And so in order to do that, we have to embrace it. We have to set an intention that this is the direction that we would like to go. And when we do, those angelic qualities that are a part of our divine essence and connected to the oneness comes through in our actions, comes through in what we do and what we try to accomplish in life. But first we have to recognize that there is a divine consciousness and that we are a part of it. Feel what needs to be felt. The impulse towards goodness, creativity, and love. Our divine essence is made up of that. Love, creativity, and a sense of greater goodness. We know what's right. We don't have to judge, because within us we know. Knowing is so much more powerful than judgment. Knowing what's right is intrinsic within us. We already have the tools to know what is right. And when we allow ourselves to feel our divine essence and use those impulses from our divine essence to guide us, then we're on our spiritual path. And isn't that what it's really all about, is to be on our spiritual path? Living is a learning experience. Can't express that enough. Living is a learning experience, needing patience and a willingness to continue growing and studying. So this spiritual practice of growing into our divine essence requires patience and a willingness to continue. It's so joyful when we make those connections, but then we get swept away and we just have to, we have to deal with life and what's happening in life. But even that, when you add it into your spiritual path, it's all a learning experience. All of life is a learning experience. And when we can bring it and understand it and interact with life and our spiritual path, that's where the joy resides. That's where we look for our future. That's how we want our future to become. So we practice being honest with ourselves at all times. This is how we do it. We practice being honest with ourselves, being authentic, and living as a positive member of society. When we're being authentic, who we really are, connected to our divine essence, then we are living in authenticity. That's the beauty of life, is when we can be authentic and we can be totally who we are. We don't need to wear these personas. We don't have to put on a cloak of I want people to think of me this way and that. We can just be who we are. And when we're in that space, when we're being who we are, people recognize that. They may not understand it, but they recognize it and they can respect it. That you're being honest with yourself and therefore honest with everyone around you. And putting that honesty into your work, into your play, into your interactions every day. Every interconnected being takes in and contributes to many fields of influence. So from the moment that we're conceived, our consciousness comes into physicality and we start interacting. We interact with our mother within the womb, and once birthed, we birth our interaction into the world. And it's a lifelong pursuit. And we're all interconnected. We lose that sense of interconnection because here in life we feel like we're separate individuals having to forge our way through. But we are interconnected through our divine essence. And so on our spiritual path, as we develop that connection and we're being honest with ourselves and acting with authenticity, when we interact and when we take in and contribute in life, we're doing it with honesty. We're doing it with clarity. We're doing it with our divine essence attached to our interactions. That's interconnection. That's utilizing our interconnection in everything that we do. I never feel alone when in service to universal thriving. And that's what this is all about. When we are caring and sharing for one another, for our communities, for the world as a whole, when we take care of ourselves, we're in service. And when we connect with our divine essence, we know that feeling of being a separate individual is just an illusion, because we connect, we have that interconnection with everything, with the universe. And so when we contribute in this way, and when we bring that divine essence of who we are, authentically being who we are, into our interactions, we contribute. We're in service with the universe, and we're helping the universe to thrive. I was talking with a friend this week, and we were talking about how we both see the future for humanity is we need to start establishing more communities of spiritually led communities where we work together to thrive together. It's not about the individual, it's about the we, about working together and supporting each other and being authentic with each other. You know, it's amazing when you fall into a community like that and you can see the respect for all the diversity. Hey, we can all be individuals, but we can all also work toward the greater good of all. That's the wonder of this life. That's the wonder of this physical being, is that we have the capacity to be compassionate for one another, even though we have different beliefs and different views. And so I never feel alone when I'm working within my divine nature. I never feel alone while in service. I hope you find this helpful. I hope you find this as a seed to help you in your spiritual path. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. We'll be probably converting these lives to YouTube lives at some point in the future. I'm just working it out. But I hope that in order to continue to receive and to hear, some of these messages, some of these contemplations, and to bring this contemplative living into your life, I hope you subscribe. So thank you and have a blessed day, a blessed week. We'll see you next week. Namaste.